Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? How are you doing today? Well, if you are Kanye West, if these reports can be believed, you have lost your effing mind. Y'all, there has been a bombshell open letter that employees of Yeezy and Adidas, former employees of Yeezy and Adidas employees, delivered to Adidas. Adidas is facing a mega lawsuit. This stuff is deep. Kanye told a woman of color to sit in the corner and told her in front of a mixed company in a business meeting she didn't deserve a seat at the table. On a job interview, the way he saw somebody was good to hire was by showing him homemade pea corn, right? For Kim, I'm trying to sidestep monetizations, y'all know me, of Kim and other girls. And not only that, there was a deep history on how he bullied, intimidated, and sexualized the female members of the women members of Yeezy and of course Adidas. Now I know what everybody's saying. Well, there's two lines of thought. Oh, they're trying to take down Kanye. Baby. The question is it true? Because if it is, you will officially become the first person to cancel yourself. You've already admitted you have a pee addiction. You posted on your own Instagram a video of you showing executives pee in a business meeting and said, I just wanted to make you feel how I feel. And I said, ooh, I remember seeing that and being like, come on now, you're moving into lawsuit territory, right? But not only that, Adidas has frozen Kanye's funds. What does that mean? It means that if Adidas is sued for any wrongdoing, right? Kanye, if Adidas is sued for any wrongdoing, Kanye, they can recover the cost. That explains why they froze, what is it, 70 million or 700 million in assets. However, there might have been something that it did, and I don't want to call this a takedown because we need to see, is what they're saying true? All right, I'm going to go through all the allegations. They are going to shock you. However, there is something that Adidas, even though they think they're going to get all those frozen funds that they refuse to pay Kanye, there is something that might let Kanye off the hook. And that is because at the end of the day, he admitted he had a problem, y'all. Let's get into this. Before we do, hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are in Real Housewives of Potomac, the recap is up. If you're following the Shanquella Robinson case, I have a lot of videos up. We're going to keep this a fun, lighthearted day, but I am going to add to that thing because that case has me riveted. Let's go now. Okay, so where do I want to start with? I know what I want to start with. The ones that really shocked me the most, to which I say, Kanye, you really do have to answer to this, right? Ooh, this is, you guys, okay. According to a staffer, right? According to a staff, actually, this was more than one staffer. A dozen former Yeezy and Adidas staffers, 12 of them, recalled an atmosphere in which Kanye praised some employees while belittling staffers he publicly supported just weeks, if not moments earlier. They said he liked to play mind games. Just hear this out. One former staffer called it, after one disagreement, for example, Kanye made a young female designer of color, right? Black woman, sit on the floor for a meeting that lasted hours. This was a business meeting. He made her sit on the floor like a dog. It lasted hours. And he's literally said to the girl why she was sitting on the floor in a business meeting like a dog, you don't deserve to sit at the table. Y'all, if this is true, I honestly want to know, what excuse do you have now if this is true, right? They said it's no wonder Kanye didn't want senior business managers in the room to open the open letter alleges. He wanted to continue to use his power to violate you in a quiet way and threaten your existence with a team. It's not over. In 2018, Ye took a meeting in Chicago with a young creative who considered it a job interview. The potential staffer described feeling on edge upon entering the room. He found Ye dancing around to his own music on full blast. I mean, that ain't crazy. If I had Ye's bibliography, I'd be like, hey. Okay, fine, I'll get to work. Okay, fine. The creative members the creative remembers Ye finally turning his attention to the interview. And he literally casually popped his phone out. He said, yo, my wife sent me this. On his phone, there was a not safe for work picture of Kim. She said it was very revealing and personal. And they didn't really react. Woo! Now listen, it was corroborated because back in 2018, people that knew the creative that was there for the job interview, but instead ended up seeing Kimberly, right? Full frontal, right? Let me stop making jokes, right? At least another time, and this actually was told hours after the meeting. Another time, Ye showed an explicit video of Kim to the members of the whole creative team. Woo! They reached out to Kim. Kim didn't respond for comment, right? Now here's the thing. They're saying Ye did not show a Yeezy collection at New York Fashion Week that September, but he did travel to Las Vegas to work as, this isn't looking good, as creative director for Pornhub. In the occasion, he debuted the new Yeezy apparel design, bespoke erotica-inspired award statue. Woo! And publicly debuted the song, I Love It. Remember when he made that song about wanting to sex all of Kim's sisters? Anyway, the women's staff member remembers Ye first playing the track for the team at the office. Ugh. With the chorus saying, you're such a effing hoe, I love it, and looking around for reaction. I grew up around this kind of music and this culture, and it's not as shocking to me because of that, the staffer says. But I can see why and how some people super affected and super uncomfortable. And he's definitely said stuff to me, around me, in front of VIPs that was uncomfortable. Okay, that one, it's inappropriate, but he's debuting new music, so I'm gonna let that one slide. But the woman being made to sit on the floor like a dog and saying she didn't deserve a seat at the table in a business meeting that lasted hours. Yeah, you got some explaining to do. And actually, again, Kanye said he fell in love watching Kim's tape. He said that he used to do everything to Kim's tape. So he is proud of Kim and her sexuality, and it makes sense he should show. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but it tracks with everything he's shown us. Every time he's directed her, it's been like a full display of her and what he thinks are her best assets. And Kim's been down for it. She loves it. At least at that time, she seemed to. They said, according to two senior employees, Ye barred Adidas executives. No, not Adidas executives. Interesting point. Some Adidas executives from meetings. Woo! And managers at Yeezy felt expected to share meticulous notes from their Ye interactions with Adidas management. So this is where Adidas really starts sharing the blame, right? Because at the end of the day, Kanye got a lot of money, but Adidas got more. The fact that they keep saying, well, they can say, well, we were banned from the room, so we don't really know what's going on. But the people are like, yeah, you don't, but you expected us to send meticulous notes on what was said. So you knew what was going on. And there were multiple complaints to Adidas. One former member of the team says they found the culture was so cult-like working for them that the conversation sort of turned around into like, well, they're still trying to control what we're doing here. So they were at first unhappy, but they still did it. In 2019, a former staffer says that the footwear design team had all but forgotten about one new model Yeezys when she remembers being shown a text from Ye. He said, we really need this shoe to be done because all I think about is Kim's and this shoe. Listen, I know that people say that Kanye is like a narcissist, but there's something else going on. He has an obsession. And when he likes something, he obsesses over it. And clearly, listen, they said the alleged remark led to prioritization of the product from no work to the #1 most important model. Woo, two former senior employers recalled hearing about the alleged remark and said, we ruffled a lot of feathers at Adidas to make it engineered. Wow. the one person said it's kind of like a silver lining. They said this is going to sound so bad, but my first thought was like, that's effing weird because we're in it. We're in this cult. Maybe this is me being a woman in a male-dominated industry. If I'm comparing that text message to being in a room where he's playing P, I'd much rather have the text message. You're kind of like, oh, that's flattering that he thinks of it this way. And that's why as an employee, you let all these things slide because you're looking for his approval. And that's why we would work so much. That's why we would put up with all this ish. Woo! The camera says she tried cult deprogramming with her therapist since leaving Yeezy, and Fast Track sneaker model never made it to market. Multiple members maintain that they viewed as Ye's domineering tactics did not appear to be gender-based. They're defending them, saying, but I know a lot of women who were in that room felt intimidated and bullied. It's not, but it does feel reminiscent of an emotional abuser. They end by saying basically, as much as we would all love to solely blame Kanye, the undeniable truth is that the Adidas executive team and board have been huge enablers. Now, let me talk about where Kanye might have actually saved himself. And that was actually by saying that he had a P addiction and they turned his life over to God. Again, he is still liable for damages if the lawsuit comes up. However, I just do want to say that once he said that he had an addiction, Adidas then had 100% of the responsibility of shielding the workers against somebody that says that they cannot protect themselves from themselves. I will say this. A lot of people say this is a setup for Ye. To me, this seems like, honestly, a setup to Adidas. Why is that? Because even though these are Ye employees, they waited until Yeezy had been dissolved, and they had taken full ownership of all the intellectual property that was produced from Yeezy. When you take full ownership of all work product, what that was produced, and you direct them on how and when and how they produce it, they are now employees. And now that they are employees, they are going for the big bucks and Adidas thing. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm still trying to trip out over the fact of whether he told that girl to sit down. Again, you can get mad at the messenger. This was in an open letter. Legal action looks like it's coming. They are facing legal action. Nobody releases this stuff except to get into the legal component. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.